What's going on, everybody? ChromeOnRust here. Excited to be talking about some of your very first decisions while playing Diablo 3. Let's say you just created your account, you loaded the game up, and now you have to choose, well, what class do I want to play? In our case, let's say you chose Barbarian. I'd say you're making a good choice, but then from there, you're going to have to choose, do I want to play a male? Do I want to name him Devin? Or do I want to name a Barb Katarina? Do I want to play a female? Because there's really supposed to be no difference between the two, other than just like looks. I think that female demon hunters look better than male demon hunters. But with my opinions aside, female barbarians are leaping faster than male barbarians. Why? Well, basically it's just taking them less frames to do so. I went ahead and did a little bit of testing for myself because this is something that you definitely can just notice just by using your leap ability. You can kind of see that the male barbarians kind of jump up in the air. They don't really pause, but they almost like float for a second and then they slam on the ground. Whereas the females kind of like leap right up and then slam right back down on the ground. So I went ahead, killed Gom 5 times on the female barb. I got clear time of 14 minutes and 27 seconds with those 5 added up. Did the same thing on the male barbarian, killed Gom 5 times, and it was 15 minutes and 29 seconds. So about a minute and 3 second difference between the two. It's not huge, but that was only over the course of 5 runs. Imagine if we did like 100 runs or something like that. I'm not going to do 100 runs, but averaging those 5 runs out, it was 2 minutes and 53 second clear time for killing Gom on the female, and it was 3 minutes and 6 seconds for killing Gom on the male barbarian, thus being about 6% faster on the female versus the male barbarian. Now, in both videos, I was using the same exact gear. I had my Paragon points set up the same exact way, just so I'd have very, very similar results. And I wanted to run them more than once so that way I could take away any human error that there would possibly be, even though in a run like this, there's really not much. So we can see that the female barb, only using our leap ability, was able to kill Gom 6 seconds faster. Now, I was able to leap 3 times. That was due to the LUT socks, just in case if anybody's curious. Now, I was like, well, if female barbarians are leaping faster, maybe they're not able to leap as high. Maybe they're not jumping as high as a male barbarian. So I went over to a place in Act 1 that I know is like one of the highest jumps in the game. And I was like, well, maybe the female barbs can't do this because, I've never really tried it out. I went ahead, and as you can see for yourself, she's having no problem. She's got the hops just as well as the male barbarian. So I was like, well, maybe the male barb could jump a little bit further. If he's in the air a little bit longer, he should probably be able to jump a little bit higher, or maybe a little bit further. As you can see, I went over to Act 2, and right where you're about to kill Zalton Cool, it's a nice long hallway. I did a little bit of jumps, and it started in the exact same spot. And as you can see, the land zones are in the exact same spot for the male barbarian versus the female barbarian, thus rendering the male barb pretty much useless if you plan to ever use the earthquake set. Highly going to recommend that you try the earthquake set out. It is very good on the barb. It's not like it's something easy to get, but grind long enough, play long enough. I only have 3 pieces myself. I was using the Ring of Grandeur in this video. And then the last testing that I wanted to do is, well, how many times can I jump on the female barbarian versus the male barbarian in the same time duration? So I was able to jump 66 times versus the male's 63 times. So it was 22 sets of 3 for the female and 21 sets of 3 for the male. And I was actually starting my 23rd set like a frame or 2 before I was actually starting my 22nd set on the male barbarian. So, it's about 5-6% faster if you plan to play with earthquake set. I'm going to highly recommend that you do roll a female barbarian. That's really all I had for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's it for me. I am ChromeOnRust for CoreXpert Gaming. I'm out of here, and you all, as always, have a great day.